Good afternoon, Yate Academy, and welcome to your assembly on ambition and the journey of how to achieve academic excellence. Well, here at Yate Academy, we believe we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit.
I'm committed to spending a moment each morning to share my journey towards living a braver life, because I know it takes discipline and repetition to truly transform. Some days are harder than others, but I know that I always have the self-discipline to own that resistance and stay committed. This small win each morning will perpetuate more small wins throughout the day, making it easier to develop habits that empower brave living. I am committed.
Are you committed, Yate Academy? And that is the major question. Are you committed to excellence? The only person responsible for my success is me. And that's so true. It is down to you guys. Good habits equals ambition, excellence, and pride. And that's something we really take to heart here at Yate Academy. Why should I get into the habit of being an independent learner and aiming high? Well, for one, it deepens your knowledge and your understanding, not only of what you are doing in your lessons, but also in the wider world. It develops curiosity to ask questions, and those two things prepare you for your future learning, your future prospects of going to university, your future careers. And in turn, by doing these things, you accept responsibility. And therefore, that also increases the resilience that you have. Overall, it makes better progress. And it's something that you can feel really proud of yourself. So what can you expect from your teachers? Well, we are here to guide you. We're here to be as helpful as we possibly can. However, we'll give you tasks that are relevant, that are valuable, that are going to push you. They'll be accessible, they'll be realistic, but they'll also be challenging. But most of all, they'll be appropriate for what you want to achieve. Aiming high is really important. I'm going to introduce you to a person now. He wasn't able to speak until he was almost 4 years old. His teachers said he would never amount to much. Who is this person? Albert Einstein, one of our greatest scientists. I'd like you to watch a little video now about J.K. Rowling, who actually grew up in Yate and lived not far from our school. Now, she's somebody who went to school, did very well, went to university, but she had her own trials and her own failures, and but she still believed to aim high. Watch the video.
Looking back at the 21-year-old that I was at graduation is a slightly uncomfortable experience for the 42-year-old that she has become. Half my lifetime ago, I was striking an uneasy balance between the ambition I had for myself and what those closest to me expected of me. I was convinced that the only thing I wanted to do, ever, was write novels. However, my parents, both of whom came from impoverished backgrounds and neither of whom had been to college, took the view that my overactive imagination was an amusing personal quirk that would never pay a mortgage or secure a pension. So they hoped that I would take a vocational degree. I wanted to study English literature. A compromise was reached that in retrospect satisfied nobody, and I went up to study modern languages. Hardly had my parents' car rounded the corner at the end of the road than I ditched German and scuttled off down the classics corridor. I cannot remember telling my parents that I was studying classics they might well have found out for the first time on graduation day. Of all the subjects on this planet, I think they would have been hard put to name one less useful than Greek mythology when it came to securing the keys to an executive bathroom. Now, I would like to make it clear in parenthesis that I do not blame my parents for their point of view. The moment you are old enough to take the wheel, responsibility lies with you. What is more, I cannot criticize my parents for hoping that I would never experience poverty. They had been poor themselves, and I have since been poor. And I quite agree with them that it is not an ennobling experience. Poverty entails fear and stress, and sometimes depression. It means 1,000 petty humiliations and hardships. Climbing out of poverty by your own efforts, that is something on which to pride yourself. But poverty itself is romanticized only by fools. What I feared most for myself at your age was not poverty, but failure. I had failed on an epic scale. An exceptionally short-lived marriage had imploded, and I was jobless, a lone parent, and as poor as it is possible to be in modern Britain without being homeless. The fears that my parents had had for me and that I had had for myself had both come to pass. And by every usual standard, I was the biggest failure I knew. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that failure is fun. That period of my life was a dark one, and I had no idea that there was going to be what the press has since represented as a kind of fairy tale resolution. I had no idea then how far the tunnel extended, and for a long time, any light at the end of it was a hope rather than a reality. Failure meant a stripping away of the inessential. I stopped pretending to myself that I was anything other than what I was, and began to direct all my energy into finishing the only work that mattered to me. Had I really succeeded at anything else, I might never have found the determination to succeed in the one arena where I believed I truly belonged. I was set free because my greatest fear had been realized, and I was still alive, and I still had a daughter whom I adored, and I had an old typewriter and a big idea. And so rock bottom became the solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. You might never fail on the scale I did, but some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. Failure gave me an inner security that I had never attained by passing examinations. Failure taught me things about myself that I could have learned no other way. I discovered that I had a strong will and more discipline than I had suspected. I also found out that I had friends whose value was truly above the price of rubies. The knowledge that you have emerged wiser and stronger from setbacks means that you are, ever after, secure in your ability to survive. You will never truly know yourself or the strength of your relationships until both have been tested by adversity. Such knowledge is a true gift for all that it is painfully won, and it has been worth more than any qualification I ever earned. I would tell my 21-year-old self that personal happiness lies in knowing that life is not a checklist of acquisition or achievement. Your qualifications, your CV, are not your life, though you will meet many people of my age and older who confuse the two. Life is difficult and complicated and beyond anyone's total control, and the humility to know that will enable you to survive its vicissitudes. Imagination is not only the uniquely human capacity to envision that which is not, and therefore the fount of all invention and innovation. In its arguably most transformative and revelatory capacity, it is the power that enables us to empathize with humans whose experiences we have never shared.
So, Yate Academy, aim high. And how can we help you with that? Well, the first step to success is being confident and resilient that you can fail, but pick yourself up and have the best mindset possible, a strong mindset that allows you to achieve the goal that you want. So you can begin with good habits. Be curious, ask questions. If you don't understand something, ask. Be organised with all of your work, your self-quizzing, your books, your uniform. Make sure you understand the tasks, and if you need help, ask. Have pride in your ability. Take care in how you present things. Hand in all completed work on time. Be involved with every opportunity given to you. It's your responsibility. There's no excuses. Choose to be part of something. Now, here at Yate Academy, there are lots of options to help with these skills for your future goals, for you to show your dedication, for you to be reflective, for you to be engaged, mindful, articulate. And we do these through things like your PSHE lessons, the EPQ or the Academic Excellence Programme, by volunteering when you get to the sixth form, through the Oracy Programme, by learning how to speak more eloquently. By joining societies, you're gaining vast amount of experience to help with the world of work. All of these attributes and activities help you on your journey to aim high and dream big.
They say that the probability of being born is 1 in 400 trillion. I'm a living, breathing miracle. Every second here on Earth is a gift, and I'll never let it slip away. Each day that I'm alive, I will be better than I was the day before. When life gets hard, I will work harder. I don't make excuses. I face my challenges head on and I conquer them. I refuse to be average, and though the world may try to keep me down, I will prevail. The faith I have in myself exceeds all else. I will never be outworked, out-hustled, or outsmarted. If you run 6 miles, I will run 7. If you lift 200 pounds, I will lift 250. I will win or I will die. That is who I am. I have never come across an obstacle that is insurmountable. The world does not provide barriers, it provides unlimited opportunity. If I get knocked down, I will get back up, and I will be better because of it. Telling me something can't be done only further ignites my desire to succeed. I know that the road less traveled is difficult, but diverting from it was never an option. The only person responsible for my success is me. In my final moments, looking back on my life, I will have no regrets. I will have left no stone unturned. The sacrifices made, the blood, sweat, and tears, the countless hours put into my craft will not have been in vain. This is what makes a champion. This is who I am.
So who are you, Yate Academy? Each and every one of you. When life gets hard, I will work harder. I don't make excuses. I face my challenges head on and I conquer them. I refuse to be average, and if the world may try to keep me down, I will prevail. The faith I have in myself exceeds all else. I will never be outworked, out-hustled, or outsmarted. So what shall I do? Be the best version of yourself and always aim high. Have a dream, Yate Academy. So where will your journey take you? Try and be curious. Read. Take risks. Take part in self-enriching activities. You have a list of them in front of you: the Academic Excellence Programme, societies, enrichment, tutor reading, oracy. Be independent, be organised, be proactive, but also be reflective, be determined, and plan ahead. So, in order to achieve your goals and be successful, dream big. Be dedicated, reflective, engaged, articulate, and mindful. Say it with me, Yate Academy. Dream big.